Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Master of Command with Austria, or the Habsburg Empire. Here with Leopold Joseph von Daun on day 12, where we do have 3,183 out of our 4,350 men. We have 543 thalers, 355 provisions, 1,306 reservists, and 556 ammunition. We could have another brigade potentially here, right? We do have a couple of elevation screws, another 6-pound gun. We do have a liber chest, some spirit rations, and a gun pick, all of which is the majority of which, with the exception of our spirit rations, is actually just all for artillery. So we don't really have much to give our any infantry units we might get. Um, Our Fusilier, the Kutnahora Fusiliers, do have our Neustadt muskets at a socket bayonet basic. We do have Warren muskets at a Warren bayonet, and then down here we also have Warren muskets at a Warren bayonet. So I think we're going to go here to Colon. Could get crowd-led recruits, Hungarian recruits. We could get another Austrian. Well, actually, we can't afford an artillery battalion. Cannot afford any cavalry. What's the difference? Oh, we have 2 Hungarian recruit units. All right. We could have barely afford some provincial cavalry. At the quartermaster, a haversack, which would give morale. Canteen good, which would give us stamina. Bucket roll, which I think we actually sold that. The powder house, we got more spikes to prevent against. Grape shot price is 75 rounds. Okay, the sale value is 38. Damage plus 6, max range negative 35%, ammo plus 250%, larger iron balls, tiny canvas meant to shred cavalry or clustered men. Preferred at medium range for its wider spread and terrorizing effect. So the question I have for as I'm trying to debate here, would it make sense to get another unit when we don't have the money maybe to have a lot of high quality, right? Understanding we might be facing some stronger enemies, right? Stronger armies. I feel like we do. And since we're in Bohemia, not Hungary, I feel like although we could get Hungarian recruits, that does help us in terms of the shock value. And they are a little bit better in morale, a little bit worse actually in accuracy. Same in um, reload time. I do feel like we're going to go for the Crown Land recruits because we are in Bohemia, and Bohemia, Czechia, and Austria were all part of the Crown Land. So we will spend the 350, which puts us down to 193, right? And of course, we will load our Crown Land recruits. And I do have the Ward Musket and the Warren Bayonet. So von Loudon has an entire brigade. So now that all right, the Brigade of Bohemia is what we will call that. So we'll obviously be using up more manpower. Well, we'll be using more of everything, right? Duh. But importantly now, we do have 5,750 men. What's for full strength? We lost 6 rations. We are going to starve a little bit. We'll go up to the unguarded campsite. Sir, this camp was abandoned in haste. Cooking fires still smolder and scattered kids lie strewn about the grounds. The enemy must have left in a great hurry, though the reason is not immediately clear. We may strip the camp for supplies or take time to pull up the works entirely. The latter may draw attention, and it is possible patrol may return before we finish. We can get 40 failures, 120 provisions, and 50 ammo. Take equipment. We'll take 2 weapons. I don't think we're quite ready, or I'm quite ready in terms of my ability to take on a tough field army. So taking some sailors, getting the provisions, and the I don't know what the weapons are going to be. Like that's the only issue with taking the weapons. Whereas this, we know we get food, we know we get sailors, and we know we get ammo. There is a chance to upgrade our weaponry. Um, we'll do this. We'll take the money, the food, and the ammo. I think there's a convoy over here. Right, which we've not ever secured a convoy before. We lose 7 food there. Your Grace, we have located a guarded convoy hauling prisoners, bound men in chains, gaunt and silent. If we strike swiftly, we may seize them and decide their fate. They could be pressed into service as cannon fodder, though it may require oversight to keep them in line. Shall we engage? Ransom them off. We'll get 60 thalers and 170 ammo. Take out the volunteers, or we can get 620 reservists. We'll do this, because now we have roughly 1,600 manpower, right? Which is important. We have another slum up here, which we'll go to. Oh, this settlement bears the stench of pestilence. Rags hang from the doorways, and no voice calls out as we pass. Too late, we realize the village is under quarantine. We must withdraw at once to avoid further spread, but even then, we shall suffer losses. A more drastic measure would be to burn the shanty and all within, containing the blight of likely arousing indignation among our troops. If we withdraw quarantine, 9% chance of moderate chance of negative 9% attrition. If we burn it, 5% attrition from desertion. I don't want desertion, so we'll take the chance of disease. Congrats. There's a fort. They're chasing me. Chasing me down. Okay, so they finally left me alone. 12,150 men. Okay. We have some more slums up here. Desperate families, your grace wars eat to this quarter. Bare families wait at the doorways with empty kettles. Small coin dotted in cloth. Elders offer good thalers for any provisions we can spare, paid above the market, rather than see their children starve. We may sell from our stores and swell the purse, dealing fairly to keep order, or move on and conserve food for the march. What we part with will be missed on the road, but the coin is sound, and the good will may serve us later. We can lose 60 provisions. God, we're down to 197 food. Sell 90 provisions. Wittingau will go to, right? Because we need more food. We need more food. They have Bibles, some tea, their powder house. Okay, earthworks, 200 thalers. I mean, that would be nice. Um, you know what? We'll sell this. I mean, it's only worth 50, but we'll sell that. Yeah, I mean, we don't have enough to do anything there. Um, Half Gators basic, and that does improve the infantry a little bit. Tompions, that's 85. Accuracy increases by 6. Right? So we bought. Oh, we sold the cannon. That's right. Max move speed and stamina. Sale value. And then we could also yeah. We'll do that. We'll sell. Oh wait, no. We'll sell the limber chest, right? But we will get another set of boots. Right, so these guys have the full gators. They don't have anything. But they do have some earthworks. And we'll be able to move a little bit faster. And we have a little bit more stamina. Although, I don't know how good that really is, but that's where we're at. We have an outpost. Ah. Yeah, you know what? We'll have a battle. The Battle of Wittingau. Um, let's see. We've got Jaegers, Musketeers, recruits, and Hussars. Okay, yeah. It's 5-on-5. We have the about 500 manpower advantage. They have cavalry. We have artillery. They do have the musketeers, and so they've got a couple of better. They've got better infantry than us. Right? They've got the better army. Like, there's no doubt about that. They have the better army. They have cavalry. We don't. They've got the Jaegers. They've got this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. Uh, uh, And so we have artillery on top of the hill. We might, yeah, it's about as far as we could get right before being outside of our deployment box. We'll put these guys over here. Our Fusiliers we'll put there. And then again, we do want these guys to kind of go out in front of the artillery because they have the our version of earthworks, right? I can't see what the hell is going on there. And those guys will move up on the flank. And those guys will kind of move up in a supportive role. We will try to have our artillery engage their Jaegers. Okay, we are trying to. Yeah, we have the gunners implements reload +6, tow worms basic, and then the regimental staff commissars. Well, I don't know why we don't have our earthworks out in front. Well, the hussars are charging in. Leopold will charge in. See if we can't knock out the hussars here. All right, so Leopold will now retreat. These guys are going to march out that way. Well, no, we don't want to march there. We'll march out behind them, right? We're going to have our field artillery try to focus on their musketeers now. Because that is their best infantry unit. And I feel like their Jaegers are getting closer to breaking. Right? And if we could take it, there they go. Although their cavalry is returning. So Leopold will come out. Seriously, can you guys do something? No? Okay. All right. So thankfully, those crowd-led recruits are not quite entirely dead. So they could maybe shift over there, as it's the second time we have broken the cavalry. Hopefully that will be enough. We are going to move our general over here in case the cavalry does make another return. I think we're going to win. All right, so we're now going to shift the artillery over here. Right, because with 2 crowd-led recruits, including our 2nd division, I feel like we'll be okay. Yep, there goes the Freikorps. Prussian musketeers have faded. And I mean, we are going to win. Like, I'm not sure that we've really done a super duper job, but we are going to win this battle. Our Fusiliers. Again, artillery has definitely played a big role. Yeah, they're still running. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Like, you guys can fire now. Thank you. They are firing. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say they fired into the Fusiliers, but now they are retreating as well. Another victory for the Austrians. Did not quite work out this way historically, right? The Prussians kind of wiped the field with them, but I will definitely take it. We have won 10 battles, inflict 10,000 casualties as the Habsburgs in the campaign. Interesting. We deployed 5,700 men. We lost 1,150. We killed 1,438. And we captured 2,689. We got 234 thalers. We also took a silver gorget good, cannot be equipped. It's an officer's badge of rank, polished to shine. We took a hussar saber, good charge. A Frisian horse, dark and opposing, bred for strength over speed, carries its rider with grip power, then need weight to every stroke of the blade. Melee damage +8, move speed +2. Bent basic cross pendants worn under the uniform or around the neck serves as both protection and reminder of something beyond the battlefield. Morale +4 and charge +2. And we get a flag which has a sale value of 70 but cannot be equipped. Once a rally point now a spoil of war. Some see dishonor trading and others see profit. So that's 200 worth thalers we will get from the sale value. We could get 968 reservists. We could get provisions under 34 veterancy plus 1344, or we could get 108 thalers and 269 ammunition. Since we lost about 1,100 men, we are going to take the conscripts, so we're going to conscript into the army. Right? Obviously replenish the ammo. Artillery used up 53. All units now have full ammo. All right. We can upgrade these Crownland recruits. These guys will also wear the basic cross pendants, which will improve our morale and our charge, although we're really not that worried about that part, but this we can't use, but we will definitely, we now have a little bit of equipment for cavalry. All right, so these guys, right, we've got beer rations, ramrods, and a basic defense. So we can now upgrade our first unit. Well, all right. So we will upgrade them. Now we could get them over here, which is a horseman. We could turn them into fusiliers or an artillery battalion. All right, morale, regiment size is 800. Movement speed, stamina, charge, melee. I do think we might. I do think we'll need cavalry. I think not having cavalry is going to hurt us at some point. And I think we could always get another Crownland recruit, right? And we also did sail the cannon, so we don't have that. So we are going to go for the cavalry upgrade. Yes. So we have our first horseman. Uh, and he will actually go here to von Lacy. And the Austrian Chevalier, right? We have no range, so we can't shoot anybody. Actually, so we'll leave that. Well, okay, wait, actually. Right? Because the cross gives us charge +2. We can also do the Frisian horse, melee damage +8, move speed +2. And then the basic saber gives us a... Okay, so wait. It's a 10 to a 6 against, yeah. Now we cannot equip that yet. So we do have a gun and a bayonet. Now they're worn muskets, right? They're still trash, but I have 556 thalers. So let's... Okay. We'll just call it the Austrian Cav. Uh, what did... I don't know. What the heck did we call that battle? Um... Wittingau? Okay. The Wittingau. Now those guys are about ready to be upgraded. We will now replenish the army strength. So we lost about 800 men. In a way, it would make sense. I'm sitting thinking about it. It would kind of make sense to give them this, right? The cover base +10, charge resistance +25. I mean, they are by far already, though, my strongest infantry unit, so that's the only slight issue there. And yeah, that's 22 thalers. I mean, that's not gonna give us anything really. There. They will get that because again they kind of suck. So we have weaker units now. We have weaker infantry, but we do have 800 cavalry, so we actually went down by 600 men. We'll try to get these slums. Your grace, the townsfolk here bears no love, though they do not raise arms. Their glares are sharp. And their silent suspect. Our scouts reported that word may soon reach the enemy headquarters of our presence. We may attempt to pay the locals for their silence, so no promise bides their tongues. Alternatively, the men speak of raising the place to ensure nothing is passed along, but such cruelty will not be forgotten, and some in our ranks may desert and protest. We could spend 250 Thaler ammunition. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh no, we did lose the men. Desertion. Your grace, and enemy can't be lies ahead, and tents dimly lit and guards posted, so to sell under cover of darkness could catch them unprepared. If we hesitate, they will have time to muster their strength by morning. We must decide: do we strike now or wait and face a proper army on the morrow? Do we wait 4 days? Or we could take a moderate chance. I don't want to wait 4 days. Oh God, an officer died. Your grace, the confusion of the night, a mischance befell us. Returning skirmishers were taken for the enemy at the edge. The challenge was lost in the bush, and our own line fired. Our leading officer, riding to the front to still the firing, was struck and fell. The enemy down alerted, beat arms, and our parties were forced to break off under scattered volleys. Oh my goodness. We lose 10% attrition. The body has been borne to the rear with proper honors. The rain failed of its object, and the casualties are not small. The men are quiet and sober at the loss. Patrols hold close watch until daylight. An officer dies, and we suffer 10% attrition. Ooh, we are badly, badly, and we von Lacy died. That sucks. Um, we are badly in need of a lot of things. Um, all right, we got 722 thalers. Yeah, we need. We'll spend that to get up to there. So we have 1,000 men in reserve. Powder house. Don't really have anything super interesting. Unstable. Cavalry pistol. Short barrel pistols carried for the charge. Hand in the clash, though the added weight adds recoil sap endurance over time. Okay. 350 for Crown Land recruits. 650 for. Well, we can't afford that. Again, because we're in the Crown Lands, we're going to go for here. We're going to be broke. We're down to 133 thalers. But we will give these guys the ramrods to help with their reload. So we do have a 4th infantry regiment. And we have a cavalry regiment, but we have no officer. We want to secure, well, actually, convoys and encampments. Your Grace, an outpost of ours lies entirely circled by enemy forces. Our stores run low, their guns are nearly spent. A message was slipped through their lines requesting immediate support. If we march to the relief, the garrison stands ready to fight alongside us. One of their gun batteries shall be placed under our command for the duration of field engagement is imminent. Tough field army. Face a weak enemy field army if we wait a week. And we can enlist 1 artillery regiment. We'll do that. When we did get a new unit received, Austrian battalion artillery. We have 6,600 men against 5,000. Really wish von Lacy had not died. Right? But we do have cavalry and 2 artillery batteries. We don't have really any thalers. And we do have 4 infantry battalions. So I feel like we're actually in a position now where we might be able to, as the second battle, Wittingau, right? They have Jaegers, Catadist recruits. They have 2 units of cavalry. And they do have 2 officers. So that is where we are going to stop today's episode. And we will come back for the second battle of Wittingau. They have 2 level 1 infantry and then no level. We have 2 level 2 infantry, a level 3 artillery, no level cavalry, a no level artillery, and their cavalry has no level. I think the next thing we're going to have to do, obviously, is replenish our thalers, replenish our men as well, try to get more provisions, is we're going to need to get a new officer, right? I don't think there's any doubt that we're going to win this battle, right? We have 2 artillery. The artillery is proving to be hugely beneficial. They're a field army. Field armies will pursue you as long as they can find you. New ones will continue to appear in the region until the headquarters is destroyed. Oh. Okay, so we're not actually, we're not actually making a huge impact by defeating these field armies. Okay. Okay. Anyway, that's where we're gonna, like I said, end of the episode. Thank you for everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll try to do better in the future. Take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all later.